Continuation with posture regulatory mechanism. Let us now see the various regulatory mechanism of posture and movements in midbrain preparation. Midbrain integration mainly integrate the phasic postural reflexes, vestibular placing reflex, and grasp reflex. Posture in midbrain preparation, it is a transaction at the superior border of the midbrain at this particular level. This is the superior border of the midbrain. Features of midbrain preparation will include, it doesn't have any feature of shock as we have seen in the spinal preparation. Extensor rigidity is seen only when animal is at rest. When animal is engaged in phasic activities like walking, the static phenomena of rigidity is not seen. The peculiarity or specific feature is it is only seen when the animal is at rest. Animal can right itself, that is, righting reflexes are preserved and change its posture. Also, grasp reflex and vestibular placing reactions are intact. What are the various midbrain reflexes? First of all, righting reflexes. As we have defined it previously also, it is nothing but a chain of reaction following one another in an orderly sequence to maintain normal standing position and keep the head upright. Righting reflex keep the head in stable position and eyes fixed at visual targets despite of movement of the body. Also, it restores the position of the body when it is altered. Response of righting reflexes are initiated by stimulation of vestibular apparatus, stretching of neck muscle, pressure on the side of the body or on the limbs, especially the deeper structure, and stimulation of visual receptors. Righting reflexes are a series of responses which are integrated in the midbrain. Let us consider some of the examples of righting reflexes. First of all, labyrinthine righting reflex. When the animal is held, as we can see in the diagram also, on the other side, when the animal is held by its body and moves from side to side, the head stays at level due to this particular labyrinthine reflex. Receptor involved for this labyrinthine righting reflex is the otolith organ. It aids stimulation by tilting of the head, leading to contraction of neck muscle that is mainly responsible for keeping the head at level. Then next is neck righting reflex. Labyrinthine and body righting reflex act primarily on the neck muscle and right the head, but body remains tilted. Whereas in the neck righting reflex, contraction of the neck muscle rights the thorax as well as abdomen. Body on head righting reflex. With an animal on its side of the tongue in contact with the floor, is constantly getting stimulation, while the other side, which is not in contact with the floor or in the air, is not getting stimulated. This asymmetric stimulation of deep structure of the body wall reflexively causes righting of the head, which is called body on head righting. Head can thus be righted even after bilateral labyrinthectomy because here the stimulation is taking place of the deeper structure of the body surface that is in contact with the floor. Next is body on body righting reflex. If righting of the head is prevented, impulses from the body surface may cause righting of the body directly, and therefore it is said to be body on body righting. Limbs righting reflex. Appropriate posture of limb is attained by impulses arising in the limb muscle themselves, that is, pressure on the limbs which rights the body. Next is optical righting reflex. As the name itself is suggesting, in animals with visual cortex intact, righting of the head is also brought about by optical impulses only. This is even after removal of labyrinthine or the body stimulation. Center for this reflex is in the visual cortex, from where impulses pass ultimately to neck muscle to right the head. Next is grasp reflex. As we can see in the diagram, when a stick or an object, here in this case, the finger is brought close to the limbs, that is the upper limb of a midbrain animal grasps the object and limbs are extended. It is a primitive reflex that helps animal to stand up and to support the posture. in human, it is better observed during the infancy and during the earlier part of the childhood. Next is vestibular placing reaction. When a blindfolded animal, as we can see in the diagram here, when the blindfolded animal is brought down from a height, its forelimbs extend and toes spread. Here we can see the forelimbs are extended, whereas the toes are spread, which assists the animal to steadily land on the floor or the ground. The receptor involved is vestibular apparatus, which gets stimulation by linear acceleration of the body as the animal is coming from upside down. Response: forelimbs are extended, toes are spread, and this is mediated by the vestibulospinal tract. This particular phenomenon we have already considered, mesencephalic locomotion generated, which is located in the midbrain and therefore called midbrain locomotion center. It drives the spinal locomotion generator, what we call it as the central pattern generator. It organizes the command signal in this particular area that arrives from the motor cortices via the corticopulbar fibers and accordingly influence the spinal motor neurons, mainly via reticulospinal tract. Locomotion is not only activated and initiated, but also altered rapidly during activities like running, swimming, etc. by adjustment of activities of phasic postural reflex, which are integrated in the midbrain itself. After this, from this particular flowchart or table, we'll come to know what are the various writing reflexes are there, what is the stimulus and what is the receptor involved, what will be the center for the reflex, and ultimately what response is being brought about when the reflex is initiated. What is cortical integration? As we all know, planning of the motor activity is taking place in the premotor and the supplementary motor area. This planning, which is taking place in these two areas, then being interacted with the motor cortex itself. Motor cortex interacts with the basal ganglia and cerebellum, and the plan and program of the movement, whatever has been finalized, is ultimately going to motor cortex, which is then interacting with the sensory cortex as well as sensory association area. Fine tuning and modification in the command signal is brought about, and ultimately the motor signals are conveyed to the motor neurons in the spinal cord via the various descending pathways in order to cause contraction of the muscle in order to express the motor. After being consideration, this is the last preparation, that is decorticate preparation, into which how posture is regulated that we need to go through. Posture and decorticate preparation. Here, whole cerebral cortex is removed with basal ganglia and brain stem left intact, and therefore features of the decorticate animal, no features of shock as we have seen in the spinal preparation. All reflex activity of the midbrain animal will be intact. Minimal rigidity is present at the rest only. Hopping and placing reactions are severely impaired. Animal unable to react in terms of past experience. Conditioned reflexes are absent but can be re-established with the speech. Temperature regulation will be remaining intact. Visceral homeostatic mechanism will also be remaining intact. Let us see the features of decorticate rigidity. Cortex inhibit the medullary reticulospinal tract, and so removal of cortex results in facilitation of the gamma motor. And because of this, the rigidity is seen only at rest, and it disappears when the phasic postural reflexes are activated. This particular diagram is showing the features of decorticate rigidity, which can be differentiated from the decerebrate rigidity, where legs in decorticate rigidity are fully extended, arm line across the chest, as we can see here, semi-flexed at the elbow, forearms slightly pronated, and wrist and fingers are flexed. Also, in this particular diagram, we can compare and differentiate between the decerebrate and the decorticate posture. Here, the person is in lying down position. In the decerebrate, neck and head is in extended position. Upper extremities extended with fingers flexed and forearms pronated, whereas lower extremities extended with toes pointing out towards the medial side, that is towards inward side. In case of decorticate posture, damage to upper midbrain. Head is flexed, as we can see here. Upper extremities are also flexed. Lower extremities extended with the toes pointed slightly. The head is turned to the right and left, causing alteration in the position of the hands and arms through the activation of tonic neck reflexes. When animal or human is pushed laterally, it takes short steps to balance the body, which is called hopping reaction. Then places its feet firmly on the ground, called placing reaction. These reaction, hopping as well as placing, are seriously disrupted by decortication, which indicate that the center of integration of this reaction is located somewhere in the motor cortex. Spinal reflexes, including the supporting reaction, are integrated in the spinal cord. Anti-gravity static postural reflexes integrated in the medulla. Writing reflexes are integrated in midbrain, whereas the hopping and placing reaction are integrated in the motor cortex. This particular table is denoting integration of various motor functions at various levels of central nervous system, as we have studied already in different preparation. With this, we comes to an end of posture and movement regulation, how it is taking place whenever we experimentally pause the lesion and get the different preparation. Thank you so much.